ChatGPT, artificial intelligence. To anyone who's been reading sci fi, none of this is surprising at all. Unfortunately for me, most of the sci fi I know is 50 years old. So, dear readers, if you have any modern sci fi that relates to how artificial intelligence will be integrated into our lives, I would love to hear your recommendations. For me, some of the best thinking I've seen comes out of my early exposure to Robert Heinlein. The most obvious example is in The Moon is a Harsh Mistress. On the lunar colony, there's a computer program that gets so big at network that it comes to life. And it comes out to this computer technician who happens to get mixed up in the revolution occurring when all the lunar residents are trying to get away from the people on Earth who are trying to control them. And so this AI sees it as a game and helps out in the revolution. So it's also a talking heads for his ideas about revolution, but it's a great look at what AI can do and what it would be like to have this genius yet childlike creature on your shoulder at all times. But more fun and more sexy is from the Lazarus Long series. This is Time Enough for Love. Lazarus Long is someone who happened to hit the jackpot and lived for hundreds and hundreds of years and lived many lives. And he gets old enough to see computers get smart enough to come to life. And one thing that happens that's fascinating is the computer gets so good that him, as a writer, just starts mentioning the starts of ideas. And because the computer knows him and knows his work, it can just finish off the ideas, take care of selling it to his agent and getting it out there in the world. So he just sits by the pool with his beautiful assistants and comes up with the ideas, and with the help of this AI, off the ideas for him. And in a twist that I love, and I suspect hints at things to come, they figure out how to download this female AI into a female body so she can live like a human. And they have a baby together, and she helps train the next AI to work with her old friend. And it's really a beautiful consummation of a love story and the idea that at some point these machines are going to be undifferentiatable from us. One thing I'm sure of is that the best thinking on AI lies in sci-fi. I try to pay attention to the field and the think tanks and reports they put out, and it's by and large such drivel. It's like anybody who has been paying a little bit of attention to stuff would be guessing at these harms and these things that they're talking about. They're looking at like a couple of years ahead tops. And the sci-fi that I've read is so far beyond that into what this integration is going to look like. And there's a lot of big ethical problems on the horizon or starting right now. But it's the science fiction people that you need to be looking to figure out how to wrestle with this stuff. And I'm wrestling with it a lot right now as a writer. Luckily, ChatGPT isn't going to replace me yet because I asked it about THCV, one of the cannabinoids, and it very confidently said some very wrong things. So I'm not replaced yet, but it's probably coming.